We're looking back at more Pokemon movies. I feel like we're gonna keep on doing this until we eventually get to Detective Pikachu. I feel like that's what's gonna happen because I remember like when we did the Road to Detective Pikachu and all that, where I like reviewing each of the films until finally Detective Pikachu came out. So this time we're looking at uh the fifth film in Pokemon film series. In this case, Pokemon Heroes. In this one, Ash, Misty, and Brock travel to the city of Lotamar and face off against the mysterious spies and Oakley, who seek to use the Guardian Pokemon Lattice and Lotus to power a super weapon. The series takes place during the fifth season of the Pokemon anime. And if you're like, say one thing I kind of think is memorable about this film is the location, and that the inspiration for the area that the gang finds himself in is basically Venice, Italy. And yeah, you can really honestly tell, like, even if you haven't been to Italy, you can honestly tell about it because, like, say, whether it's, like, say, the opening sequence of, like, say, all the, like, moments of, like, say, okay, like, see the moments in the water. All that, like I said, when Ash, Misty, and another guy are like wave riding with their Pokemon and all that. And I thought, okay, that's honestly pretty cool. It helps like say, okay, like this is how we are opening the film instead of like saying, okay, usual way we open these films, which is Pokemon battle while singing a Pokemon themed while them singing a Pokemon themed song and all that. And yes, I kind of like that for this one that one thing that they do is like we get more of a connection to the folks that live there in a way. Like yes, we also get like say that Misty and Brock, they're kind of pushed to the side.
All right! Yeah! Corsola! You were amazing, Corsola!
Great race, Misty. Hey, why don't you let me show you around Altamar?
Really?
Yeah, all right, Misty! Here in Altamar!
Hey, what happened to Ash?
Compared to the previous films. So this one is, like, say, again, a Ash centric film, but then again, he is the main character of these films. I really like that, like, say, here's one thing I'll say is, when I was watching this, like, say, I was like, oh, please don't press the upper buttons, because the streaming service, like, would basically say, okay, now are you ready to watch Coco Melon? I'll probably say, oh, dear God, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna watch that. Because I'll probably say, okay, I can either pay $3 for this, or I could just watch it for free. And yes, one thing I think makes this one a bit different, though, is that at times they'll have the bit of dark elements. Like when, like say usually in these films, like say when the antagonists are trying to catch the Pokemon and all that, like, capture them.
Okay, if you want to be the hero, we'll take you first!
Like in the previous films and all that. And yes, like, see one thing this film does as well is it uses quite a bit of 3D animation. Like when Lat Latias, like Shay, which she is showing Ash and the gang, like, say, hey, this is what I see and all that. And yeah, like the designs for them are cute. I'll be honest and say I cannot really remember which game these two were from. And yes, because like say every so often I feel like say the games, or say like say okay we are either catching up or the films have already are a bit behind when it comes to like say okay where are we at now again? And yeah, the moments of darkness like say when the tone changes a bit, whether it's the bad like say the antagonists, uh Annie and Oakley when they are had taken over the spy the super weapon or whatever, but after taking the tier again orb spear or no.
It must never leave this pool. So you see, it's important that its location be kept a secret.
Right.
Hmm.
Hi, Latias.
And all that, and yeah, I kind of like the aspect like say in this film in which uh you have Bianca's grandfather Lorenzo tell about the history of the island and all that, like say also the history of the Pokemon that live there. Yeah, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. At the same time, this one is like say when I'm looking back at it compared to the previous films, it doesn't give you as much of like say, oh yeah, like see the environment is one of the things that in its location make it something like say, hey, I'm older now. I can recognize where we are right here. And all that. I think this was at the point where like I say, growing up, I didn't really watch the Pokemon films so much. Mostly because they kind of stopped airing on TV. And it was just like, say, oh, well, now something else is here, like, playing on TV. Like, say, Charlie Brown Summer or something like that. I think it's like, say, Charlie Brown Race, I think. And, yeah, I do think the 3D looks pretty good. Like, say, at the antagonist at the end, like, say, when all the characters I try to say, okay, the island is now being put down and is being locked down. It always makes me think, say, how is Pikachu this overpowered? Whether he's like able to knock out two Pokemon that have been rewoken up and so like say,
Get over! Pikachu Thunderbolt!
oh wow, Pikachu is able to knock this Pokemon out, that Pokemon out, and all that. It's like say, how powerful are Pikachu's, or is it just Ash's? Yeah. At the end of the film, she ends up uh, sacrificing herself so uh, Latias is able to, you know, continue on having a new day and transforms into a new Soul do.
It's perfect, just like the old one. Yeah.
We now have a new Guardian of Altamar.
Thank you for saving our town, Latios. Please, stay with us forever.
Because the previous one had basically corroded and had ended up disintegrating away. And yeah, this one was alright. Not one I would like say, go and think and say, yeah, this is one I grew up with. I can't remember if I did. Oh well. See ya.